To go home.
Some days it's too ghetto for me.
I was in the car with Tory and his driver and Kelsey. We are all arguing. I don't remember exactly what I was saying, but I knew I was talking shit. And
So, listen, this is her giving a testimony. So what I was saying before was that, listen, let me tell y'all something. Women are really emotional. You got, in order for men to understand, you have to kind of think back to when you was 14, 15 years old and how emotional you were at that time. And think about, I mean, there had to be at least a few times where you knew you was kind of bugging, or you just got really upset very easily, or you blacked out on somebody, or got really angry with somebody. It was just because like, yo, you so emotional, right? But if you're in an emotional state, it's really hard for you to accept blame or take any kind of accountability. And because the women are emotional creatures, like mentally, they mentally cannot take consequences. Okay, that which is why they will reject that shit spiritually. They will rebuke any kind of blame. Okay, like for real, that's the last thing women want to do. I saw a post. I know you guys seen the 100 men versus a gorilla. I guess meme or post, right? Somebody wrote. The real question is 100 women versus accountability. Who wins? And here we go. So, like I was also saying before, was that black love was holding on by a thread. It was always a myth, but I don't think y'all realize the ramifications of the Remy and Pap story and the Tory Lanez and Meg the Stallion story. Because the Remy and Pap story is a far more relatable situation or story for a lot of black men than y'all think. So, again, Meg the Stallion is getting ready to give a tearful admission and talk about, that fateful night, all right, and how it came about. And then I want to play another video that's going to just make that look silly.
he probably was a little offended. I tried to get out the car one time. I'm over this shit. They was like, Megan, get back in the car, get back in the car. We almost see a house. This boy getting so angry because his feelings was hurt by a woman. Like, I know friends fight, but I'm not thinking.
First of all, that's not how you give a testimony. Like when you talk about a confrontation or how can I say altercation, you cannot just basically say, yeah, we was just fighting. They would ask you, what were you fighting about? What was that about? For the most part, even when she's telling the story right here, she doesn't have any actual facts. This is someone who sent someone else to jail, and it was based off of this person's testimony. Like, this shit right here got someone sent to jail.
And that it's about to get like this. I get out the car again. I ain't even got shit on. I just got on a swimsuit. And I'm walking off, and this motherfucker just started hollering at me. He was like, damn, bitch.
That is the animation. You see Tory Lanez hanging out the car, shooting, and he says, dance, bitch. First of all, like I said in the other video, no person in the modern day is shooting at you and saying, dance, bitch. Now, if he was Colonel Sanders, I'd be more inclined to believe that. If you said Colonel Sanders met you and said, now if you said that, all right. Well, maybe if it was like Justin Timberlake, I'd be more inclined to believe that. But to think that, and on top of that, who the hell shoots while balancing themselves, basically like, it's just the opposition to be shooting from. And not them doing an animation of the bullet flying through the air. It's nasty work, man. It's like a whole mess. I have no idea like how and when it does this, but anyway, so they gave me an intro. I wish they would just allow me to just control when the intro goes on. If I just pause this and come back on, they'll just do the intro again. It's very weird. So all right, let's go ahead and finish watching this ridiculous clip. Not the blood sport. How far? Not the animation and her looking on with fear. Oh no, we gotta stop. Not her crawling away. Not her crawling away. So this is actually, so mind you, this is like public evidence. This is the body cam. Okay? This is the body cam. You just heard her tell the story about how they was all arguing. She said a thing that Tory don't like, and Tory got so mad that he pulled out a pistol and he tried to light her up. And before he does that, he's so witty. He is so witty. He is so fly that he says, "You know what? Gas, bitch. Boom, boom, boom." Man, Black love is dead.
If you guys are not telling us, if you guys are, then I don't think...
I really cannot go to jail.
Okay.
I cannot have that on my image.
Okay. So how did that happen to you?
But
Glass? Where?
where we were coming from, I'm not from here, so I...
Okay. I didn't get shot.
Oh, you did it?
No, ma'am. I mean, no, sir.
Do you think we're gonna go to jail?
What's that?
Do you think we're gonna go to jail?
I don't know. We're trying to figure it all out. As long as you guys cooperate with us and you guys tell us what happened, we'll go accordingly, okay? But if you guys are not telling us, if you guys are, then I don't think...
I really cannot go to jail.
Okay.
I cannot have that on my image.
Okay. So how did that happen to you?
But
Glass? Where?
where we were coming from, I'm not from here, so I...
Okay. I didn't get shot.
Oh, you did it?
No, ma'am.
Yeah, Black love is dead, man. It's done. It's done. The other day, right? Yo, I had seen hold on here. I had seen that. What I saw? I saw basically a post on I probably still have it on my Instagram, where basically, let's see something. It might still be here. Pull it up now. If I can't. Oh, you know what? I'm not even on my thing. I thought it was on my thing. 1 second, y'all. I know I'm being slow with it. I just wanted to be able to show y'all a visual before I went into this whole thing. Oh well, I don't see it. No, so what I was gonna pull up was basically this post on Instagram where there was a comment saying, I want to shout out this page for defending Meg Thee Stallion and defending black women everywhere. It'd be one thing if it was a open and shut case where everything is clear. This is an upstanding person. Y'all gotta realize how dangerous it has become for y'all to uphold and how can I say prop up these kind of people to the point where we don't even look at her for who she is. Even like with Cardi B, right? When people talk about their relationship, it's funny hearing women talk about their relationship with her and Offset as if Cardi B is a must rap. Cardi B's from the bottom. She's really just somebody from the gutter that happened to make it big. I'm not saying she's a complete idiot, nothing like that, but she's really, really ghetto. Come on, man. She just, again, you know how they say you can take a nigga out the hood, but can't take the hood out the hood. You know what I mean? Like, that's what she is. She's not no upstanding person. This is someone who openly admitted to, listen, what women actually admit to is usually about maybe 5% of what they actually are and what they actually do. That's not who women are. Now, women will tell on themselves and everything, right? But if she felt comfortable saying that, who knows how many capers she was a part of. Not only that, let me ask y'all something. Where were all these upstanding hoes from your neighborhood? Like women who sold pussy and and was stripping and dancing and whatnot. And then after that, they became a community activist and they know as the mother in the neighborhood and all the kids love her and she bake apple pies. No. If a woman is selling box or dancing, which is basically selling box, it's because she is not able to function in the actual workforce. She cannot adult. Y'all understand? The world as we know it, even though the world, you can say at different times, was harsher and harder, but the world as we know it is not so much tougher. But there's a lot that goes into adulting. Adulting can become very expensive, and for most people, it's too much. For women in particular, it's too much. But being as though we are what we are, right? And the programming is what it is. No one's like even when it comes to people trying to return to being traditional, women are so used to being able to get a deal where they give the man basically just a terrible deal. So, perfect example. And I'm saying with black women and their kids. Now, there was a time where when being a single mother wasn't common, it was understandable that she's going to try her best to keep you, even though whatever dysfunctional thing she had going on with her previous man will come up. But it was understood that she was going to try her best to keep this man, and she understood that she wasn't going to get a bunch of chances. And modern women, but black women in particular, have this thing where they're not able to recognize opportunity and understand opportunities are not common. That's why it's called an opportunity, right? Even with like in my line of work, and I say shit all the time to people, I'm like, wow, it's crazy hearing y'all talk about this job the way y'all do, even though y'all wouldn't be able to basically earn this kind of money anywhere else. Because if you could, you'd be working there. Not only that, the hours don't change, okay? It's the same amount of hours. There's no forced overtime. If anything, I wish we could do some overtime. You know what I mean? You got a bunch of benefits. Not only that, I was saying to my homeboy the other day, I said, yo, you don't even got to be here half the year. You literally don't have to show up. When you add the weekends on top of your paid time off, on top of holiday, you get holidays off. You know how good you got to be doing to get a holiday off? That means whatever your job is, they have to be closed on the holidays. Most people's jobs are not closed on the holidays for you to be getting off, sir or ma'am. But anywho, entitlement has become a huge problem. It's gotten to a point where people can't have relationships, and it also affects people's survival skills. So I also brought that up because, again, I'm saying, like, a lot of women, they're not able to hack it, but they're not able to come to the realization of, oh, I need to be a good person and find a good man in order to have a good life. And one of the reasons why they'll put that equation together is because most women, again, if you're a person who can't be wrong, and they will fight you tooth and nail about being wrong, then I also have to ask, how do you know that you're right? It doesn't even matter to you if you're right or not. And what goes on is, for the most part, women, again, they treat life and go about life as if they're actually in the movie. All right? And you're a character in the movie, and she can change the person who plays your part at any given time. And you see women do it with relationships. Until they have a consequence so big it cannot be reversed. Because in a woman's mind, they live life as if they're in a movie or a TV show, but they don't have to suffer the consequences of the main character, or they play the main character as if the main character doesn't have to experience the consequence. And what usually happens is, at the end of the story, when they keep doing that, as far as relationship-wise, you wind up with nothing. Eggman was saying the same thing about how, like, the best strategy for any woman is to find a good man to build with. But again, because the women are actually not, it is what it is. I'm not saying that you don't have a good moment, but it's like, yo, you're not righteous. You're not solid. I'm making a burger. Hold on. My bad, y'all. I'm making burgers, yo. Let me go ahead and put a timer on. If you're new to my channel, subscribe to the channel. But also, I'm making burgers.
I want your body. If you love me, let me get your body.
If I'm making burgers, you take it easy. I'll let you niggas know. All right, man. So yeah, man. We're cooked, man. So with this right here, black women. I don't know if you understand that black men. I forgot what I was saying before this, but black. It's like yo, the men have never had a chance to talk because men don't really talk. And at best, if they're lucky enough to have a man around them that stands on business, if you are a modern man, you are really lucky to be around any man that actually is the head of the household. If you live in the Western world, like I was saying before, the women are so used to having things their way that they don't know how to even give you a good deal. In their mind, if you're happy in a black woman's mind, if you're happy in a relationship, then she's not doing her job. I've seen posts online where black women talk about how something about seeing black men happy, or seeing men like be happy makes them upset or makes them annoyed. And it's supposed to be comedy and satire, but it's like not satire, but supposed to be comedy. But it's like one of these things of like, it's comedy in a way of it being a relatable thought. You know what I mean? Not that it's so ridiculous, but again, a lot of men don't understand that naturally, if women don't have any discipline, their tendency to want to find what's wrong with you is out of control. And I heard this a while back about how like women are literally not able to control themselves, which is why if they get into a situation that makes them emotional, they're not able to say, "All right, let me calm down, man. I'm bugging. You know, I'm big." Nah, she'll ride the wave. She'll automatically respond to it, or she'll just ride the wave. And in her mind, it's like getting on a roller coaster, get on a ride. It's like, ah, damn, should I get on the ride? Okay, I'm gonna get on the ride, and you can't, no matter what, you can't get off the ride until it's done. That's what emotions are like for women. Once she chooses to ride the ride, it's either you're going to, it's like, as the man, you're kind of just stuck there. Either you go on it with her, or you're going to be stuck. Basically, it's going to happen with her without you. She's going to get on that ride. And you're going to have to watch her go through all these slopes and up and down and all this type of shit. Or if you're dumb, you're going to get on the ride with her. When I was younger, I would get on the ride with the woman. As an older guy, I'm not going to the park with you. I'm not even going to the park with you. You know what I mean? And I said before, you're going to start seeing an even bigger uptick of men who are productive and have any kind of means just stay to themselves. If he passed 35, because you had the young boys is going into monk mode on y'all. And again, years ago, Kevin Samuels did a show about black women and dating now. And the point of the show was white men are not checking for y'all like that. But black women have because a lot of black men are not made privy to or not aware of the fact that no, black women would love to have a white man. They want everything they think white women get. You gotta understand that makes sense. If your ancestors grew up as slaves, right, and the top dog was the white man, she automatically looks at his woman. She figured, all right, well, if he's on top, then she's on top. I want what she got. Or man, again, if you were a slave, you much rather be her than be you. You understand? But then we got to start questioning how the babies came about. See, in the minds of black men really believed this idea that those women were being pinned down and pushed down and mass just have this way. You out your damn mind. You see what these women do for groupies? If Drake come to town, nigga, your girl's gone. Okay? Like any kind of famous nigga, period, comes around because of the status. Women can be attracted to you for so many different things, but status is a big deal. For y'all to think that all of that wasn't being forced. I don't think almost any of it was forced. You know what I'm saying? Especially you look at how they act today. But the point is that Kevin Samuels had this show, and basically the point he got to was, black women, we are all you got. If you don't make it work with us, then you guys are cooked. Matter of fact, so I'm about to go and check on my burgers and everything. But I figure I'll share this clip right here. I really shouldn't share it, but fuck it. Screw it. Oh, do I not have it on here?
He was just like so fucking horrible to me, and he just treated me like a stupid black bitch. And treated me like a really traumatic situation where this guy, where he was just like so fucking horrible to me, and he just treated me like a stupid black bitch. And it was like so painful for me, and everybody was like, well, you're the fucking dumbass because you stayed, and you're just a stupid black bitch because you let him treat you like one. And like, I know that the situation was my fault because I should have just left, but like, it really fucking hurt because like, I had sex with him and he basically just like used me for sex. He was like white guy in a frat. And so basically I ended up seeing him at Target when I was there with my old best friend like at the time, and he wouldn't look me in the eyes, he wouldn't say anything. It was like he was ashamed of me and just like embarrassed, which is like how most people get about me, and it was like so fucking painful. And so I stood up for myself and said what I needed to say to him, and he ran away from me when I was speaking to him. And my friend was like, that's humiliating, like she was like, you just embarrass yourself, and like that's pathetic for you as a black woman to do something that stupid. Like, it hurt so fucking bad because I wasn't even worth being looked in the eye. Like, it hurt so fucking bad. And looking back, and that was the guy who, like, when I asked him to stop during sex, he held me down. Like, that happened a few months after the Target situation. And I was, like, telling my friends, I was like, I'm just fed up being treated like this.
So, you see the hashtag says, hashtag dark skin, hashtag 4chair. Anybody know what 4chair? Hashtag black girl problems. Yo, how was getting dogged up by a white girl, black girl problems? You know what? Hashtag crying. For the most part, oh, my bad, I didn't show y'all the video. Well, it's her right here. My bad, y'all. I'm being a terrible content creator. Matter of fact, I'm gonna bring some of it back so that you can see her crying.
Like a really traumatic situation where this guy, where he was just like so fucking horrible to me, and he just treated me like a stupid black bitch. And it was like so painful for me, and everybody was like, well, you're the fucking dumbass because you stayed, and you're just a stupid black bitch because you let him treat you like.
First of all, these series of words are very specific. So let me guess. I'm going to take a wild guess and say that this is what he says to you in bed. Cause I'm like, how you put that? What black woman puts together? That's a wild arrangement of words. You understand? But I was telling y'all before. Listen, shout to Sade Robinson. You know what I'm saying? She actually got some justice in a situation. I want to go ahead and share that real quick. Let me find it real quick for y'all. So the gentleman, I'm sorry, not gentleman, I'm sorry. The freaking scumbag, 34-year-old Maxwell Anderson. Is facing life imprisonment for murdering and dismembering and scattering the remains of 19-year-old Sade Robinson, whom he met through a dating app and took out on their first date. So, it's a story right here.
Around that time, prosecutors say these surveillance photos are of Anderson leaving and hopping on a bus back to his Southside home. It's at that home investigators searched 2 days later, and where prosecutors believe Robinson went after leaving that Water Street bar.
What happened during those 3 hours at his home? Those are the questions that no one knows right now in this.
So I won't get into that whole thing. So thank goodness this guy's actually going to get locked up, right? Even though he should be facing the death penalty, because fam, he dismembered her. You gotta realize the effort and planning it takes, and first of all, the kind of individual that would not only take someone's life but also hack them up and dismember and spread your remains all about. He cut her up. Black women had a whole trend, online TikTok trend last year called Pasta and Lobster, and it was about how great it is to date a white guy. I'm sorry. And that is based off this stereotype of all white men, all he has to be is white. He's going to have money. He's going to have status, all that shit. But for the most part, you see how that guy looks? A majority of the time, when y'all get with a white guy, he looks something like looks wise. He's something like this. He's never the most appealing guy. If he isn't the appealing guy, she definitely is paying. They always pay, but she's definitely paying. Most of those relationships, the black women are paying for those men. Okay, it's not ain't no joyride. It's not no free ride. You understand? So this story is so crazy. Like I was saying before earlier on the show, I said this is the power of a platform. Don't get me wrong, it's a free country. Everyone can say what they want to say, but we're looking at how the real full culture led to this girl's demise. The real full culture has led basically feminism, because feminism, being so it's got out of control. One of the ways in which it got out of control is that, for one, it allowed women to be influenced by all kinds of other women. It's a lot of different things, but being influenced by queer people. So when you're influenced by them, you're taking on their ideals and what they think is right and wrong. They also got influenced by basically people who are not moral, including the sex workers. All right. So in feminism, everyone's a woman. A trans woman is a woman. All right. Sex workers should be protected. All types. Like basically, if you too lazy to get a job and you want to sell box, you should. Don't get me wrong. That's your business. But the thing is, once you make that choice, people don't gotta respect you. If I start selling dope, or if I become a criminal of some kind, or if I do anything downtrodden, I'm now labeled as that. Ain't no matter of fact, nigga, you barely want to give respect to the damn garbage man, and you would die without you will literally die without the garbage man, because bacteria. I was listening to Angry Man. He made this point: how bacteria would spread through the air and cause sickness if the garbage piled up. Because there's no sanitation to come through and clean up. You don't want to give the guy in the truck any respect. You understand? So, all in all, man, the real full culture having an influence on the modern women also makes her think that I need to go for the best mark possible. Because for the most part, modern women wants to find a sucker. An idiot, someone who does not understand women at all, and they're going to just be an easy mark, and they're going to basically pay for everything. All this basically fantasy shit, and it's going to keep ending. And TikTok has become black women's therapy. You know how many viral videos there are online of women crying into the camera about basically a bad choice they made and having to deal with the consequence. That girl you heard talking earlier, I mean, I don't know. All in all, for the most part, women can't take L's, and women cannot accept their position. That's another thing too. They cannot accept their position in life either. In terms of like where you are in terms of attractiveness, where you are in terms of desire, the kind of men you can get. Because I'm sure this guy didn't do anything to make you feel as though he's a great guy and you guys have something really good going on. More than likely, because again, most white guys, when they meet black women, they always try to slut them out, or always start being really inappropriate. Every time I've ever talked to a black girl about her dating experience with white men, it's always about them trying to sleep with them on the first date, or trying to be abusive. They're basically trying to have nasty sex with them. And for the most part, they listen. If she's been out with a white guy a time or two, she probably pop by that second date. Because again, black women really want to get with white guys. Because in their mind, that's an actual dude. I remember Crim Secure saying that. She said, she was talking about how in the minds of black women, men who are not black are actually men. So therefore, if they get into an interracial relationship, they understand the concept of support, the concept of working with someone, the concept of, oh, he's not perfect type shit. Whereas if she's with a black man, can't be no mistakes. It can't be anything wrong, no problems. Everything has to go perfectly all the time, or it's all shit. You know what I mean? So Anywho, I'm actually a little bit sick, so I'm gonna stop it here. We'll go ahead and pick up tomorrow and do the direct show. All right, man. Y'all be safe.